A young woman, Amelia, stood at the edge of a vast, moonlit forest. The wind whispered through ancient trees, their branches reaching towards the sky like skeletal fingers. Amelia felt a primal fear, an instinctual urge to turn back. Yet she pressed forward, drawn by an unseen force. Deeper into the woods she ventured, until finally she stumbled upon a clearing bathed in ethereal moonlight. In the center stood a towering oak, its gnarled roots twisting across the ground like sleeping serpents. Amelia felt a strange sense of familiarity wash over her, as if she'd been here before, dreaming this very scene. She touched the rough bark of the oak, and a jolt of energy surged through her, leaving behind a feeling of profound understanding. This story is not unique to Amelia. Throughout history, cultures across the globe have shared similar experiences, dreams filled with symbolic imagery, encounters with archetypal figures, and a deep-seated sense of connection to something larger than themselves. These are glimpses into the collective unconscious, a vast reservoir of universal human experience that transcends individual minds. Building on this concept, delve deeper into Carl Jung's theory, the collective unconscious. It's not merely a collection of memories or instincts, but a dynamic realm populated by archetypes, primordial patterns of thought and behavior that shape our perception of the world. These archetypes, like the wise old man, the nurturing mother, the hero, or the trickster, are universal and timeless, expressed in countless myths, stories, and dreams across cultures. However, understanding these archetypes is not about simple categorization. They are fluid and complex, constantly interacting and evolving within us. This dynamic interplay creates the tapestry of human experience, our hopes, fears, desires, and motivations. This leads us to another crucial aspect of the collective unconscious: symbolism. Universal symbols such as the serpent, the circle, or the cross resonate with us on a deep subconscious level. They tap into the archetypal patterns embedded within the collective unconscious, allowing for communication beyond language and cultural boundaries. Consider the recurring symbol of the hero's journey, present in countless myths and stories across cultures. A young hero embarks on a perilous quest, faces trials and temptations, ultimately emerges victorious and returns transformed. This archetypal narrative speaks to our innate human desire for growth, overcoming challenges, and achieving fulfillment. The collective unconscious is not simply an abstract concept. It has profound implications for how we understand ourselves and the world around us. It sheds light on recurring patterns in human behavior, explains the universality of certain myths and symbols, and provides a framework for understanding the shared human experience. This begs the question: why are these archetypal stories and symbols so deeply embedded within us? Why do they resonate across cultures, time periods, and individual experiences? To understand this, we must delve into the psychological underpinnings of the collective unconscious, exploring the theories of influential figures like Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud. Building on this concept of shared narratives, Jung proposed that these archetypes are not simply learned behaviors or cultural constructs. He believed they are innate, universal patterns residing within our collective unconscious, inherited from our ancestral past. Think of it as a reservoir of primordial images and instincts, shaped by the experiences of countless generations before us. These archetypal figures, like the hero, the wise old man, the mother figure, or the shadow self, embody fundamental human experiences, desires, and fears. Jung argued that these archetypes are not static entities, but rather dynamic forces constantly interacting within our psyche. They manifest in our dreams, myths, art, and even our everyday interactions. Understanding these archetypal figures can provide profound insights into our motivations, anxieties, and aspirations. For instance, the recurring archetype of the hero speaks to our innate desire for growth, self-discovery, and overcoming adversity. This archetype embodies the human spirit's yearning for purpose, meaning, and ultimately, transformation. However, Jung also acknowledged the darker side of these archetypes. He believed that the shadow self, representing repressed instincts and primal desires, is an integral part of our psyche. While often seen as negative, Jung argued that confronting and integrating the shadow self is crucial for psychological wholeness. By acknowledging and understanding our shadow aspects, we can gain greater self-awareness and ultimately achieve a more balanced and integrated personality. Freud, while focusing more on individual experiences rather than collective ones, shared some overlapping concepts with Jung. He believed in the unconscious mind as a repository of repressed memories, desires, and instincts that heavily influence our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. Freud's emphasis on childhood development and the impact of early experiences resonates with the idea of inherited psychological patterns influencing our collective unconscious. Freud's theory of psychosexual stages, for example, suggests that unresolved conflicts during these formative years can shape our personality and relationships throughout life. This could be interpreted as a form of collective psychological inheritance, where recurring themes and anxieties stem from shared human experiences across generations. Both Jung and Freud acknowledged the profound influence of unconscious processes on human behavior. While their theories differ in emphasis and approach, they both highlight the importance of understanding the hidden depths of our psyche to gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The collective unconscious, as a concept bridging individual psychology and universal experiences, provides a powerful lens through which we can explore the complexities of human nature. But what would the great philosophers say about all this? What would Stoic Seneca or the fiery Nietzsche make of Jung's collective unconscious, of these universal symbols and archetypes? Building on the exploration of Freud and Jung, we can delve into their philosophies to gain further insight. Seneca, the Roman Stoic philosopher, might emphasize the importance of understanding our shared human condition as a path to personal virtue. He would likely argue that recognizing these archetypal patterns, these recurring themes of love, loss, fear, and ambition, could help us navigate life's challenges with greater wisdom and resilience. After all, he believed that true happiness stemmed from accepting our shared fate and focusing on what was within our control, our thoughts and actions. Recognizing the collective unconscious might be seen by him as a way to understand our place in this larger cosmic tapestry, to accept our limitations and strive for virtue amidst universal struggles. However, Nietzsche, with his characteristically bold pronouncements, would likely take a different approach. While he admired the power of ancient myths and symbols, he rejected any notion of a fixed, predetermined human experience. He might argue that Jung's concept of the collective unconscious is ultimately a form of reification, a projection of our own desires onto an imagined universal realm. For Nietzsche, individual consciousness was paramount, constantly evolving and striving for self-overcoming. This leads us to a crucial shift in perspective. While Jung sought to uncover shared truths about the human psyche, Nietzsche championed the uniqueness of the individual. He might view the collective unconscious as a comforting illusion, a crutch that prevents us from truly embracing our own creative potential. Instead, he would encourage us to forge our own paths, to become Übermenschen, individuals who transcend conventional morality and create their own values. The clash between these two perspectives highlights a fundamental tension in Western thought, the struggle between universal truths and individual freedom. On one hand, there is a deep human desire to connect with something larger than ourselves, to find meaning and purpose in shared experiences. The collective unconscious offers a tantalizing glimpse into this yearning for unity. On the other hand, there is an equally powerful drive towards self-expression, towards forging our own identities and creating our own destinies. Perhaps the most illuminating path lies not in choosing one side over the other, but in embracing the complexity of both. We can acknowledge the universality of certain human experiences, while also celebrating the richness and diversity of individual lives. By understanding the interplay between the collective unconscious and individual consciousness, we can gain a more nuanced and complete picture of what it means to be human. This exploration of Jung's theories and the perspectives of philosophers like Seneca and Nietzsche invites us to delve deeper into ourselves, to confront our own beliefs about the nature of reality and our place within it. It encourages us to consider the profound implications of shared archetypes and universal symbols, to recognize both the unifying forces and the individual expressions that shape the tapestry of human existence. This exploration of Jung's theories and the perspectives of philosophers like Seneca and Nietzsche invites us to delve deeper into ourselves, to confront our own beliefs about the nature of reality and our place within it. It encourages us to consider the profound implications of shared archetypes and universal symbols, to recognize both the unifying forces and the individual expressions that shape the tapestry of human existence. But how can we practically apply these insights to our daily lives? How do we move from theoretical understanding to tangible action? Building on this foundation, let's explore some actionable steps to integrate the concepts of the collective unconscious and universal symbols into your everyday experience. Firstly, cultivate a conscious awareness of your dreams. Dreams often serve as a direct pathway to the collective unconscious, presenting us with symbolic narratives that can illuminate our deepest fears, desires, and aspirations. Keep a dream journal by your bedside and record every detail you remember upon waking. Notice recurring themes or symbols and explore their possible interpretations within the context of your life experiences. This practice can help you decipher your personal narrative and gain a deeper understanding of the archetypal patterns influencing your subconscious mind. However, dreams are just one facet of this journey. Engage with art, literature, and mythology in a more conscious way. These cultural artifacts often embody universal symbols and archetypes passed down through generations. Pay attention to recurring motifs, characters, and storylines across different cultures and time periods. Analyze how these symbols resonate with you personally, and explore the shared human experiences they evoke. This can deepen your understanding of the collective unconscious and its influence on human creativity and expression. This leads us to another powerful practice: mindfulness. Cultivating a mindful presence allows us to observe our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. As we become more aware of our internal landscape, we can begin to identify patterns of thought and behavior that may be influenced by archetypal energies. For instance, if you find yourself repeatedly experiencing feelings of inadequacy or fear of failure, Explore how these emotions might be connected to the archetype of the shadow self. By acknowledging and integrating these darker aspects of ourselves, we can achieve a more holistic and balanced sense of being. Furthermore, consciously engage with the symbols around you in your everyday life. From traffic signs to religious icons to personal belongings, every object carries its own symbolic weight. Reflect on the meanings associated with these symbols and how they might be influencing your perception and behavior. For example, consider the symbolism of a rose beauty, love, passion, but also thorns representing pain and danger. By becoming more attuned to these subtle cues, you can gain deeper insights into yourself and the world around you. Finally, remember that understanding the collective unconscious is not about conforming to predetermined archetypes or suppressing individual expression. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of human experience and embracing the richness and complexity of both our shared humanity and our unique journeys. Through conscious awareness, mindful practices, and a willingness to explore the depths of our inner world, we can harness the power of the collective unconscious to illuminate our path and create a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Through conscious awareness, mindful practices, and a willingness to explore the depths of our inner world, we can harness the power of the collective unconscious to illuminate our path and create a more meaningful and fulfilling life. But how do we truly begin this journey? How do we bridge the gap between understanding these archetypes and integrating them into our daily lives? It begins with self-reflection, with cultivating an honest and open dialogue with ourselves. Ask yourself, which archetypes resonate most deeply within you? Are there any that feel particularly challenging or unfamiliar? Explore the stories, myths, and symbols that connect to these archetypes. Allow yourself to be swept away by their timeless narratives, for they hold the key to unlocking hidden aspects of your own being. Building on this introspective foundation, delve into creative expression as a conduit for understanding. Write poetry, paint landscapes, compose music. Allow the wellspring of archetypal imagery to flow through you, transforming into tangible forms. This act of creation not only illuminates your inner world, but also serves as a bridge connecting you to the collective unconscious of humanity. However, remember that this journey is not a solitary one. The power of the collective unconscious lies in its shared nature. Engage with others who are also exploring these depths, share stories, exchange insights, and collectively weave a tapestry of understanding. This communal exploration can amplify your individual experiences, fostering a sense of belonging and interconnectedness that transcends cultural and societal boundaries. As we delve deeper into the collective unconscious, we encounter recurring themes of transformation and evolution. The archetypes are not static entities. They are fluid and dynamic, constantly evolving and adapting to the changing needs of humanity. This inherent dynamism offers us a profound opportunity for personal growth to shed limiting beliefs, embrace new perspectives, and step into our fullest potential. This leads us to a pivotal question. What does it mean to live in harmony with the collective unconscious? It is not about suppressing individual expression or conforming to societal norms. Instead, it is about finding a delicate balance, embracing our unique gifts while acknowledging our shared humanity. It is about recognizing that we are all interconnected threads within the grand tapestry of existence, and our actions have ripple effects that extend far beyond ourselves. The collective unconscious calls us to rise above our limitations, to tap into the boundless wellspring of creativity and wisdom that resides within each of us. It invites us to become agents of positive change, to cultivate compassion, foster understanding, and work collaboratively towards a more equitable and sustainable future. Remember, we are not merely individuals navigating this world. We are participants in a grand cosmic dance, interconnected through the unseen threads of the collective unconscious. By honoring these connections, embracing our shared archetypes, and living in alignment with the wisdom of the ages, we can collectively weave a tapestry of meaning, purpose, and enduring beauty. This is our call to greatness, to step into the fullness of who we are, to embrace the interconnectedness of all things, and to illuminate the world with the radiant light of our shared humanity. Let us rise together, guided by the timeless wisdom of the collective unconscious, and create a future worthy of our dreams.